I want a world where girls' and women's washrooms are stocked with menstrual products for them to use during menstrual emergencies. It's time for action. Menstrual Health Day 2020. I'm very passionate about this matter because it involves a woman, it involves a girl child. It is something so dear to us, and it should be to you, whether you're a man or a woman. Teachers should know this girl is just in her period. What is big about periods that a girl should get embarrassed about? Let's stop the stigma. Menstrual Health Day 2020. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Gertrude. So today, being Menstrual Health Day, I'm here with a sensitization video. I don't know how many of you know that today is Menstrual Health Day. I actually took part in menstrual health campaign, and this is why I have this bracelet. As you can see, it is supposed to have 28 beads, which represent how long a girl's cycle is, an average cycle for a woman, which is 28 days, and the 5 beads represent the number of days that a woman has her periods. I DIY'd the string instead of other beads. Actually, the bracelet is supposed to have 28 beads in total, and to have 5 of them being red. 28 is the average number of girl's cycle, and then 5 is the average number of days a girl has her periods. So for me, I did 28 stitches. This is crochet work. So I did 28 stitches, and then on 5 of them I put these red beads just to represent that. And I am here to present the Menstrual Health Day 2020, guys. I hope you're part of this movement, and today we are going to talk about everything periods. One, what comes to your mind when you hear the word menstruation, or rather the words period or the word pads? To me, a lot of things come to mind: pain, nausea, headache, drowsiness, back pains, lack of appetite, a lot of pain, a lot of bad things come to mind. And this is the story of very many women. It may not be all of them, but a number of women go through a very bad time in the 5 days that they do have their periods, or less. And for some, it's almost a week. If you talk about periods, to some of the women, or a good number of women, it's not a nice thing, or rather it's not something that they're excited about. I know it's part and parcel of being a woman, but to many it's a lot of pain, a lot of bad moments, a lot of time that they cannot do the ordinary stuff. I can remember personally being in high school and thinking, when will I be done with my high school? Not to go to campus and enjoy life in campus or just advance in education, but to be able to skip lessons during my periods. I remember having my periods during high school and being so sleepy during class time. I know for many of my classmates remember me being called Queen of Slumber. Yeah, I was among the very sleepy people. So that meant during my periods, I was very sleepy. I'll be so drowsy that I could not contain myself in class. And that still happened to me even today. During my period, it's the worst moment to wake up to go to work. It's the moments that I'm lazy and I just feel bad. I usually have morning sickness during my periods. And I know it's a struggle for very many women. These are the untold stories of very many women. And I don't know whether I ended up skipping classes during my periods in campus, but at least in campus I didn't have classes each and every day, so I probably had no classes during my period, at least once in the 5 days, or So that is the experience of very many people. But that aside from the physical struggle and everything physical, there's the psychological part of it. There's the economic part of it. There's the infrastructure for very many women. I know there are households where disposal of a used sanitary pad is not facilitated very well. So maybe a woman uses, during that moment when she's having her period, she's not able to dispose her sanitary towel or have somewhere to dispose it. And for some women, they're forced to put it in their bag, And in the same bag, maybe there's some food, because during periods, again, various women crave various food, like some crave chocolate, some crave sweets and all that kind of thing. And again, there's no one, you are at liberty to carry your food in your bag. So probably there's some food and you have to carry again a dirty a used pad. So there's that struggle whereby there has not been necessary measures put in place to ensure that women have a bin where they can dispose their sanitary towels once they've used them. So that again is a gap. A number of times we've heard of women who are forced to do weird things during their periods. Right here in Kenya, we've had women who, or rather young girls who had to use cow skin as a pad in place of a pad, which is a very sad state of affair. Again, for them that are not as creative, we've heard of women who have to sleep with men for them to get money to buy sanitary towels. That's a sad state. I know the menstrual health issue may sound as a cliche to many, but it's not. It's not until necessary measures have been put in place to ensure that a girl and a woman has a smooth moment during their periods. So those are some of the challenges women have as far as economy and finances is concerned. Let me even mention, recently I was in my periods and I went, am I saying recently? No, it was just yesterday. Actually, I'm actually in my periods right now. And I went to a nearby shop. It was a supermarket, a mini market, rather mini supermarket, to look for pads. And a pack of pads, or rather a packet of pads, which has 8 pads. For a very prestigious or a very popular brand was going for 90 shillings. That's close to $1. Let's define poverty using the word $1. I will not define. So there's other brands that go for 50 bob, which is still a lot of money for an average, if you look at the poverty levels in Kenya. So that's why many girls are still forced to use such kind of things or to go at those extent for them to, just for them to be able to, procure or to buy this very essential product. I know people have preference for always, but I thought I should check this out. It has 10 pieces, 10 pieces inside, and it was 80 bob, which means a piece goes for 8 bob. Normally the normal ones usually have 7 to 8 pieces, and they're usually okay. There's of course the other brands that are 50 bob, and there's always, which was where I bought this one. Always was 90 bob. So again, mention below if they were overcharging or something. But it was in a local mini market or supermarket, as they call it. Yeah. So I've unwrapped, and this is how it looks. But it's having a strong scent. Like not really a scent, but it's smelling Dettol, like, what do you call them? Antiseptic. Yeah, it is having some antiseptic smell. You guys don't tell me I'm gross. This is normal. I think people should know these things. So this is how it looks. Yeah, it smells nice, but I'm scared because scent and health. I've actually unwrapped it because I'm gonna use it. So yeah. So this is how it looks, and this is how the thing outside looks. Where have I cleared it? I'll of course dispose the right way still, even if I've sort of damaged it while I was ripping it off, or rather unwrapping it. I've kind of ripped it, so I'll still dispose it off the right way. So I'll try it out as far as comfort is concerned. So I've unwrapped, and this is how it looks, but it's having a strong scent. Like not really a scent, but it's smelling Dettol, like, what do you call them? Antiseptic. Yeah, it is having some antiseptic smell. You guys don't tell me I'm gross. This is normal. I think people should know these things. So this is how it looks. Yeah, it smells nice, but I'm scared because scent and health. I've actually unwrapped it because I'm gonna use it. So yeah. So this is how it looks, and this is how the thing outside looks. Where have I cleared it? I'll of course dispose the right way still, even if I've sort of damaged it while I was ripping it off, or rather unwrapping it. I've kind of ripped it, so I'll still dispose it off the right way. So I'll try it out as far as comfort is concerned. If you look at that price, That's why very many women are forced to do weird things for them to be able to go through their periods smoothly. And of course, that won't be smooth. Let's go into the stigma part of it. I remember, I think it was last year, must have been last year, there was a story of a little girl who committed suicide because she was embarrassed because she soiled her dress. That is such a sad thing. I don't know where we are going wrong, but if that girl was educated before her periods on how to take care of herself, that probably she wouldn't have soiled her dress, then she wouldn't have undergone the embarrassment which led to her death. And again, I'm wondering who would have embarrassed her. If that person again was educated that the way to go with a girl who soiled her dress during her periods is not to embarrass her, but to help her out, to actually relieve her from the embarrassment. Because already, even us, maybe when you sit on dust, sometimes you usually feel embarrassed that your dress is dirty. What of a girl who's soiled her dress with periods? That is already embarrassing enough. Who on earth should embarrass a girl for soiling her dress? I think the necessary thing to do for such a girl is to help her out, to maybe give her a lace or something, to cover herself so that she may not go through the embarrassment. Again, I think even her classmates should be educated enough to understand that this girl is just in her period, nothing worth laughing at, nothing worth laughing at. Teachers should know this girl is just in her period. What is big about periods that a girl should get embarrassed about? Let's stop the stigma. For me, I think the biggest thing is to stop the stigma around periods. I don't think a girl should be embarrassed that her dress got soiled because she is in her period, because periods is a biological thing. If a mother should not get embarrassed for having a baby because it's a biological process, then a girl should not get embarrassed that she is in her period, because that is something that will happen at a certain particular time. Actually, she should be happy, because again, we know if a girl is not going through her periods, there are very high chances that she will not be able to get kids in future. So it's not something that should attract stigma. Let us stop menstrual stigma. Mine is just to come here to create that awareness. I'm very passionate about this matter because it involves a woman, it involves a girl child. It is something so dear to us, and it should be to you, whether you're a man or a woman. So my other plea to the society is that both men and women should be educated to ensure that they are sensitive and they stop the stigma around menstrual health. So that said, what is the kind of world I'm looking forward to as far as menstrual health is concerned? I'm looking forward to a world where every girl and woman can purchase sanitary towels of their choice. They're not forced to buy the cheap ones. So I'm looking forward for a world where sanitary towels are very cost effective, and each and every girl, despite their economic background, they can purchase. I'm looking forward to a world where there will be no stigma around menstruation and periods and everything that rotates around that. I'm looking forward for a world where both men and women will be sensitized about menstruation and menstrual health. I'm looking forward to a world where if a woman gets menstruation emergency or menstrual emergency, they'll be able to access sanitary towels, be it in public toilets or in any place they are at, like schools. If they're in school, staff room should be having sanitary towels, just in case any girls start their period at any particular time. So I'm looking forward to a world where the same way there are condom dispensers in public university toilets. I was in a public university and they were there, I can affirm that. There should be sanitary towel dispensers in public university, public schools, public places, really. I'm looking forward to a world where people are educated about menstrual health. A dad will be able to take care of her daughter to the best of her knowledge because he is educated. He will not wait for the mother. He will be able to know what to buy for the girl, what to advise the girl to do, and everything. There are so many things that we can do. We should not just trim and wait for the government to do, for NGOs to do, for people out there to do. The ball is on our side. There's just so much that we can do before we even start lobbying and all that. So one thing that we can do is look for a girl who cannot purchase sanitary towels, buy for her every month. If you are able to, buy for her. If you are not able to, mobilize people. At our church, for example, we came up with something called Sanitary Towels Bank, where we buy sanitary towels among us ladies who are young professionals who are mostly working and who are able to really to buy these things. We buy, one pad goes between 50 bob and 100, which is a lot for someone, but for someone who may be working and that amount is not so much for them, they can be able to purchase them every month and put them in the bank. So we bring our resources together. So you bring either pads as they are, or money that can be used to buy the pads. Then the pads are kept at church, so any girl who is in need is able to access the sanitary towels. So that's one measure that you can take upon yourself. Do it as an individual. If you cannot do it, or if you think doing it as a group makes so much sense to you, then go ahead and do it. The other thing that you can do is to take part in any pads drive. I remember back in university, I was in Kenyatta University, and I remember us just doing pad drive. There was an organization that was doing that, and they approached us to be part of it, and I took part of it amongst a lot of my friends. So we were just going from hostel to hostel, just knocking doors and asking people for pads. We would go to ladies, then they would give pads, whatever they have, even just a piece of pad, like just one piece, or a pack if they have. We also knocked at the gentlemen's doors, and they gave money. Many of them gave money. I know most of you may think men will not be willing to give, but they did give money. Some of them will give money that can buy a whole pack. Some of them will give money that is half the amount, and it went a long way. And you guys, we were not just ladies, we were with gentlemen doing that for us to even have the confidence to knock at the men's door. So you out there as a man, there's still something you can do. You can take part in pad drives. So the other thing you can do is you can advocate for, if you're working with organization, or if you're about to do a CSR in your office or anywhere, you can advocate for pads to be part of the items you are providing to the society. If you're providing foodstuffs, you can advocate for pads to be bought amongst the foodstuffs. If you're going to buy books for girls, remember that the girls can't go to school if they're not if they're not taken care of as far as their menstrual health is concerned. So you can advocate for at least a girl to get a book and a pad on the other hand. So those are some of the activities you can take part in. Remember, it's time for action. It's time for action. Guys, it's time for action. Action starts now. Action starts today. Action starts right now. Menstrual Health Day 2020.